Thank you for joining us today for another episode of Short and Sassy, short interviews with me, Sassy Black. Today, we are in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, kicking it with the Hub City Hustler, aka Babiboi from Babiboi Promotions, MC, DJ, promoter. Check him out.
Sometimes we need to put more energy into finding solutions to our problems as individuals instead of dwelling on the problems itself. Then collectively, take that same approach, you know what I'm saying? This your boy Babiboi, man, Babiboi Promotions, U2DK. Shout out that boy Louis Beats, man.
Hey y'all, thank you again for joining us on another episode of Short and Sassy. Today, we are here with Babiboi from Babiboi Promotions. We're kicking it with him. Thank you for joining us.
For sure. What to do, people? What to do, Short and Sassy? Appreciate you interviewing us, boy.
Of course.
What's your question? Shoot away.
Okay, I want you to tell us about Babiboi Promotions. What you got going on?
Basically, Babiboi Promotions do a lot of different things, man. One thing is CD, DVD duplications for independent artists. We do that. I do the DJing for Mississippi Mondays. I do that for all Mississippi artists, so they can actually send their music in. It's no charge for that. You know what I mean? It's just basically promoting and uplifting Mississippi artists.
Okay.
I do on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I do jamming and joking. You know, that gives it's actually something that we used to have back there in the day, man. I was doing more rapping at the time. It helped people perfect their craft a little bit better. You know, I mean, once you put some stuff out there and get feedback from the people. So created that again, so we can have that here in Mississippi again. And it's been pretty good feedback on that. I do that every Tuesday and Thursday. Also had a Wild Fan Radio Show podcast. Give independent artists really all around the world that send stuff for that. You know? So it's something I always wanted to do, man, was have our own radio station, you know what I mean? This technology now gives us that opportunity to have our own now versus big PD to play your music. You can actually reach your own fan base now, you know what I mean? What else do I do, man? I know I was out there at Zoe's Corner. You know, COVID kind of messed stuff up for a little bit right now, but definitely doing a lot of promoting, DJing, and MCing, and putting events together for independent artists to perform in front of a live crowd and grow their fan base. And something else that I just dropped this year was the Southern Slang Volume 1 mixtape. I dropped that, put that out there. It's basically available online. Y'all can check it out, Babiboi Promotions page. Just so that they can hear the talent that's coming out of Mississippi. So those are just some of the things. I got some other stuff coming up. Those are some of the things that kind of describe what I'm doing.
Okay, so how did you get started in doing all this?
Started out just rapping, you know. Started out as an artist. That's way back in the day, you know what I mean? I just say 20 years ago, basically. Started out just rapping and then end up getting, just to fast forward, end up getting with U2DK. And once we linked up, they liked how I was doing business, how I was handling stuff. They wanted me to be CEO. So from that situation, I was still an artist, but I was doing more of trying to get the business down pat. And so that's basically how things started elevating. And I would try to learn more and more that I could of what we needed in our area. Because I can't say the difference between what was, when we first started, we did have the radio on our side. We did have people like DJ Controller, you know, Miss Monique, you know, different people that was playing independent artists on the regular radio stations. So we could create a fan base pretty fast. But once Clear Channel kind of took over, you know, it was straight to the street that we had to take. You know?
Right.
And so that changed the game, and that's where I got more creative at on creating things like the Wild Out Wednesdays or the $2 Tuesdays and stuff like that, where we could still generate a fan base by creating platforms and artists to showcase.
Okay. What are some of the, who are some of the artists, independent artists you've worked recently?
I couldn't name all these names, man. I hate to be put on the spot like that, man. This is basically artists from all, I just say the areas, man. We had from
Okay.
Mississippi, we had North Mississippi. I don't remember the exact name of some of these artists, but one dude, his name Young Bez, I think is his name. You ain't no stepper, something like that. But I think he sent his song in. That's from up there in North Mississippi.
Mhm.
Got Jackson, Mississippi, Smokehouse Entertainment. They sent a lot of stuff in. So they did their thing, sent stuff in. People definitely from the Pineville. I got plenty from the Pineville. So many of the names you already know: UPDK, Tron, Paradise Dice Gang, Yasa ISL. It's so many different ones. Smoke Dome. Like, I'll be naming forever. Jones Jr. It's a gang of them, man.
Okay. Okay. Well, what about your shirt? You had tell us about this project.
This
you're working
project
on.
right here, man, is ghetto. A lot of people know about ghetto right now. Basically, what I did was I got with Urban Mystic, created a ghetto remix. You know, I wanted something kind of inspirational, to kind of educate the hood to the extent, reach out to our people. But I wanted to do something I never did before, which was get a major artist with it. So I got a major artist on it. He liked the song, the original song. I actually did do a remix to it, sing the hook. We created and made it happen. So from that point, I was like, what I'm gonna do is sell my project now, because selling music now is just kind of, it's not as easy as it used to be.
Right.
A lot of people just want something for free.
Right.
But I have bundle packs, so it's like you get a T-shirt and a CD bundle pack. So that's just basically how I do it. A lot of people show their support. Look on the internet, you can look on the Babiboi promotion page, and see a lot of people that got the T-shirt, got the CD, showing love. So still moving.
Okay. You mentioned a little earlier about the COVID, that's going on. How has it affected what you're doing?
Well, it's definitely affected the DJ gigs, because some places you can't have more than 10 or 50 people in a building, so a lot of DJ gigs either got canceled, or got pushed back, DJing weddings, I do all kind of different things, but it's just like those events got pushed back, so that affected, but it also made me become just as creative as I was when they shut independent artists out from the radio station. It's like, okay, well, life threw us this limit, how can you create something that's still beneficial? And that's when the Mississippi Mondays come up. That's when the Jam and the Joker comes up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we just create better things and start investing in ourselves. Find better ways to get it. So that's basically, I say is shift the hustle, man.
That's right. That's right. It doesn't stop. You just gotta work your way around it. Tell me a little about your rapping days.
Rapping days, about 5 albums, man.
Really?
Yeah, man. First album I dropped was called The Journey. Yeah. First song I dropped, solo song, was called Corrupt Nations. So I was on that type of thing. And I had Heat for the Streets, Enemy in the Mirror, The Movement, that was a group project for U2UK. I had Kicking It with the Wild Fam. We had the Wild Out Wednesdays going on. Kind of like a mix, but it was more like an album called Kicking It with the Wild Fam, which included a lot of the Wild Fam members on it. And then this Ghetto project hit. So those were my solo projects, but other mixtapes. I got plenty of promo stuff or mixtapes and stuff like that.
All right. Do you have anything coming up soon?
No new project. One new mixtape that we got coming up is this Triple R mixtape with DJ Fresh K. He wants to do something for Mississippi artists too. Once they heard the first, that Southern Slang Volume 1 mixtape, a lot of other DJs was like, yo, we want to do something for Mississippi as well. And he wanted me to collaborate with him with this Triple R mixtape, something that he can play on his platform as well. So we're going to team up on that.
Okay.
So that's one thing, definitely. Any other questions?
I was going to ask you about, you say you have what going on Mondays and Tuesdays? Where?
Tuesdays and Thursdays is Jam and Joking. So you can go to the Ben Franklin page. It's always Facebook Live when I do that.
Okay.
So it's normally like the Jam and Joking is normally around 4 or 5, somewhere between 4 or 5 areas. you'll see the Gentleman Joker pop off. And it's basically independent artists that email their MP3s to wowfamradio@gmail.com.
Okay.
Send that in, and then we just air it on the show to the platform and get people's opinions on it.
Okay.
Mississippi Mondays, that's normally at 8:30 at night. So if you're from Mississippi, got your hot single, send it, and we're gonna see about playing it in that mix. You know, and just basically promote the people from the state. Because a lot of times people want to recognize people that's either Texas, Atlanta, somewhere else, but not represent Mississippi.
Right. We gotta kind of do it for ourselves.
Yeah, we got to do it for ourselves.
Right.
A lot of other people doing it for themselves. We just got to take them to start. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I don't think I have any more questions. Yeah, we're gonna delete that part out. I already asked about the COVID. So okay. Well, I want to thank you so much for taking out the time to meet with me today, Babiboi. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed meeting my new guy here, Babiboi Promotions. Hit him up on Facebook. Where are you?
Hit me on Facebook, Babiboi Promotions, Babiboi Promotions 1. You know what I mean? So you just put that in there, she'll pop up. See the Wild Fam logo. You'll see that Wild Fam Radio logo. One more thing though, my purpose for doing all this stuff, man, I be wanting to inspire people to be who they were called to be, created to be that. You know what I mean? Because my opinion is that's actually freedom when you're actually walking in your calling. So that's why I try to push people to do what they're called to do. So if this is what you do, you know what I mean, short and sassy, and this is what it is that you're passionate about, want to help inspire that. Same thing with the cameraman, if this is what you do, want to try to start feeding people, feeding that gift that you got, man, so you can actually blossom, man, you know what I mean? Because once we all do that, you know, we all do it. You know? So that's really what keeps me going.
That's good. And we have to kind of support each other. And that, you know what I'm saying? We need each other, whether we want to admit it or not.
Oh yeah, you gotta have each other. No one person can do it by themselves.
That's right.
So I appreciate the opportunity.
Well, thank you.
Appreciate that.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Short and Sassy. Peace. Thank you once again for joining us on this episode of Short and Sassy. Until next time.